So the reason I really accepted Islam, it was, for me, it was kind of a progression ever since I was maybe a child. I don't even know. Now looking back some events of my life, I guess that was just meant to happen for me. So I guess a series of events occurred and I just couldn't ignore it. So I've always been looking for my faith, or I was looking for what do I believe in, or I was on a spiritual quest, I guess I would say, on a spiritual journey. So I went through like learning about Buddhism and, you know, meditation, but like with mantras and, you know, all the other not necessarily monotheistic religions. But the only thing I knew that I believe in one God. So that was really the key to everything for me, because I believed in one God, but I didn't really like the Christianism, you know, Christianity thing. Christianism, the whole Christianity, I didn't agree with it. I didn't understand it. I always questioned it, and no one was really able to give me a proper answer until, of course, I got to Quran and to Islam. So in Islam, it was like a no-brainer for me. I still remember my first books that I checked out. I actually didn't read that much about Islam prior to understanding that I am actually Muslim. It's just I started reading Quran, which made sense. It just spoke to me, and then I had a book about a few questions and answers or something. So there was no Trinity, you believe only in one God. So that really stuck to me at that time. And that's, you know, how inevitably it was mainly it happened when I moved to London, because in London it was the first time that I actually encountered Muslims and I got in contact with Muslim people. So before that I wasn't exposed to it. I guess I didn't have the knowledge and I didn't show an interest in it, because from where I come from, or like even in Italy, because I've been living there for the most part of my life, I guess, at this point. So even in Italy, you talk about, you know, oh, them, like people who come from Morocco or everything, they're just immigrants. Oh, immigrants, they, you know, they dressed us in this black abaya and that's it. You don't worry about the religion, so-called. So I never inquired, or I never got to it until I came to London. And then in London I met all these Muslim people, and this is wearing hijab and that was wearing hijab, and everyone, it was just so normal. And I was working with a few Muslims and some of them weren't wearing hijab as well. So it was not just a question of hijab or not. I understood for once that you can be Muslims and not wear hijab, or you can look proper, you know, just like me, and you can be Muslim. So that's how eventually I realized this is actually what I believe in. And then of course it wasn't easy with my family. I think that's the main point that I want to put it out there. It still is not easy. It's still a journey, a work in progress. Every time I go to Italy, it's still very hard to get out